By Egypt, the so-called father of modern psychoanalysis. And one of his students actually went to Africa, a man named Carl Jung, went to Kenya. And in his memoir said, I feel like ancient voices are calling me. That's Sigmund Freud. Freud wrote a book called Moses and Monotheism, where he talked about Akhenaten. Sigmund Freud. Next. And then this is what's happening in the UK now, and in France and Europe in general, this concept that you are not black, you are not white, you're just British. We don't want to hear that black stuff. That sound familiar to you? Yeah. You're just a person. You're just a human being. And I had a lot of problems with that. They had a lot of problems with me. Because I'm an African before I'm anything. At least that's how I see myself. I have a race-first philosophy. That means I believe we should spend money with other black folk, whenever possible. That we should marry black folk all the time, with no exceptions. That you should live in a black community, that you should strive to uplift your community. I am what I like to call myself a race man. Next. All right, we're in the Americas, we're going to finish up. Gary, this is a new picture. Never been in well, I saw it in one book, but not this particular variation of it. This is from Belize in Central America. This is the National Museum in Belize, and this is a Mayan bowl. It's about 1,300 years old. It's from the late classic Mayan period. And it shows 5 black men in full body armor going to war in Mayan history. Black people came to America before Columbus. And the information is there. It should be in the school books already. Next. From Mexico. Actually, this is a funny story. This will probably be the last story I attempt to tell with humor in it. And what happened here, I got this in a museum in Orange County, outside of LA, the Bowers Museum. They had an exhibit they were advertising called The Queen of Sheba. So I was in LA for a couple of days. I rushed. I got a friend of mine to drive me there, paid their way to get in, and then bought them lunch. None of the images of the Queen of Sheba looked black. It was $20 to get in per person. I was pretty mad. And then they were rushing you. So this museum normally has pre-Columbian art, and I happened to be thumbing through this book, and when nobody was around, I tore the picture out. I thought of it as reparations, and that's how I got this slide. Next. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do that, but you got to make your own decisions. Next. I made mine, and I'm comfortable with it. From Costa Rica, this is another black Madonna in a place called Los Angeles, Costa Rica. All you can see is the face. Next. Here is one from Guatemala. And you see these Native Americans in a procession holding an image of a black Christ. Next. This is Toussaint Louverture. I got this on the cover of a calendar in France. The liberator, or one of the liberators from from Haiti, along with Dessalines and Christophe. Next. Here's one you might like. This is a black saint from Brazil. And he's standing on this white man. I don't know who it is, but I figured you guys will like it just because. Okay? This is a black saint from colonial Brazil. Next. A black man in colonial Mexico. Next. Benjamin Banneker, who designed the city of Washington, D.C. A lot of the children knew Benjamin Banneker. Next. A black girl from a group called the Gariganu. The Gariganu are Africans who claim they were never enslaved. They live in Honduras, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Belize. Next. Also a sister from, these are my own pictures. These black people live in a place called Sambo Creek. You know that's a black community. But white people own all the stores in Sambo Creek. Next. From Colombia. Next. From Panama. Next. From Belize. Next. From Mexico today. And this is the last slide. This is a sister, I think, who doesn't get much play. Her name is Queen Mother Audley Moore. Have you ever heard of Queen Mother Moore? A Garveyite, a reparations activist, And I know if she were here today, she'd be working with Praxis and the African Rites of Passage organization, and she'd be a member of MATA, and she'd be down in the front row saying, "Where is all the people?" And I wanted to end with that. We started in Africa, and we worked our way to the Americas. Now, I didn't show all these slides in the classrooms, but I showed some of them, some of the ones that I thought were most appropriate. It has been an honor and a privilege and a blessing to be in Philadelphia this week, okay? Sometimes, I, like everybody else, you get frustrated, you get tired, but you never throw up your hands, you never give up. Because these children are our future. And a lot of the reasons they have problems is because we haven't done the job that we need to do. That doesn't mean you abandon the job, that just means you analyze it and work harder. So sisters and brothers, thank you very much, and I hope it's not the last time we get a chance to have this discussion. Thank you very much. Baba Heru, do you want to, and Brother Norm, I don't know if you're going to make a comment. Don't forget my books and tapes and stuff. And I know we don't have a lot of time.
Yes, sir. Can everyone still hear me? Yes? Okay, let's give Elder Baba Renuka Rashidi another round of applause. As a reminder, this was part one. For those that want to see the Egyptian mystery system demystified, Prince Badar Endau of the Jollof Empire, we're about to go around the corner to the University of Pennsylvania Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology. You should have been there when all the scholars from the University of Pennsylvania were trying to talk about what the hieroglyphs were saying on the pillars. And Baba Badar came in and started talking, and they said, "What are you saying?" He said, "Oh, I am properly interpreting what is being said. You are incorrect." Then he proved them left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. They went back, got their books. Oh, he's right. Let him do the tour. Okay? So we have, yes, sir. Everybody. So we have Baba Rashidi's books, lectures, DVDs, CDs, tapes up front. If you want to come up, book signing. The bus is on its way. It's almost here. For someone who asked earlier, the bus is free. So if you want to leave your cars parked here, we're going to get on a cheese box. It's only 6 blocks away. Go around the corner, go to the museum, and the bus will bring you back. Because in University of Pennsylvania, they're knocking down buildings left and right. There's no parking. So you may want to leave your vehicles here.
I also want to, once again, acknowledge the Mata table there.
Yes.
I want you to look at their products. And I also want to acknowledge young brother Lawrence here, who is a member of the African Rites of Passage, who operated the projector. Thank you very much.
Definitely look at the Mata network table. When I was on the radio with the brothers a couple weeks ago, one thing is key. 30 million black people since the 60s, of course. Of course, it's probably like 75, 85 million now. But they say there's 30 million black people. Let's say 30 million black people legally and illegally employed, right? Everybody donates $1 in a week. That's $30 million. 2 weeks, that's $60 million. 3 weeks, that's $90 million. 4 weeks, a month, that's $120 million. In 1 year, that's $1,440 million. Well, black people, you can't have a better education system for your children. All right, we'll build our own schools. We'll raise our children, get them scholarships, let them become teachers, come back and teach in the schools. You can't have better health care. Let's see, vacant lot, hospital, daycare center, elder care center. We'll take care of our own. So, as philosophical as that sounds, that table and that table is where it starts. Okay? That table and that table is where it starts. Because you go to this table, you will have your mind nourished. You go to that table, you will have your hair care and other products that do not have side effects. Y'all see the commercials? You can take Zolox. Don't take Zolox if you have fear of having liver disease. You may lose your bowels. You may have sexual dysfunctions. You might go crazy. You're going to have nausea. Check with your doctor to see if it's okay for you. If you're okay with all that, then come buy from us. Nah. Okay? So once again, thank you very much. Mata Network table right here.